The first scientists of Western Asia, these Ionians, proposed that the primary constituents of the universe when it arose were material substances. And the first of them, whose name we know, was Thales. He thought that the first cosmic principle or element, the one being pushed back by new land, was water. The argument he seems to have used to support this view was that inanimate things lose water and dry out. And his student Anaximander then drew a map of all of the physical world the Milesians knew, and he suggested that the world they could perceive, both land and sea, which visibly limited each other, they must be surrounded by something else that was limitless and immeasurable, apeiron, infinite. And the third Milesian thinker of the time, Anaximenes, watched land expand and sea shrink and argued that all the constituents of the world that man can see, fire, wind, cloud, water, earth, stones, are created out of air by processes of condensation or sublimation. The differences between them are to be explained, according to him, in terms of their relative density. And in Ephesus, another city not far from Miletus, just across the bay, which also was becoming steadily cut off from the sea, a fourth thinker named Heraclitus asserted the principle that the physical universe was constantly changing because of the action, he said, of a cosmic fire. Panta, rhei, he said, everything is in flux. So this intellectual revolution in the Meander estuary in the early 6th century BC migrated with men from that part of the Greek world, first to its colonies in southern Italy, and in the 5th century, after the exponential rise of the Persian Empire, to classical Athens. Thales' intellectual descendants in Ionia and then beyond harnessed this spirit of non-religious inquiry to the investigation of the unseen structures and causes of change, not only in land, sea and sky, but also in human experience and activities. The next generations developed rational medicine. They asked about the invisible workings of our bodies. They probed the relationship between the world we see in our mind's eye and those our senses tell us are physically present, how we make decisions about right and wrong, which is ethics, how we collect information, which is epistemology, why people speak different languages and worship diverse gods, which is anthropology, why we fight one another or come together in cities, which is political science, and how the past became the present, historiography, how the world's empires came into existence. But it was that original move from mythical to matter-based explanation of the physical world which was essential to this entire intellectual revolution that followed.